Stay tuned, because coming up, we got the Wing King himself, Mr. Brian Peace. Alright, so we're going to bring on our first guest with no further ado, is how some people would say it. And that's how I'm saying it tonight. A very funny lady. I mean, really funny. I had a chance to talk to her a little bit earlier, and it was more like a laugh off is what we're doing. Here is Miss Hannah Deleeuw.
Hey folks, my name is Hannah, and I moved to Vegas from a good old town of Cheyenne, Wyoming. Woo! I like Vegas though. I went on a hike last weekend with some girlfriends, and on that hike we came across a snake. And of course they freaked out and they started screaming, and I'm not afraid of snakes. Not just because I'm from Wyoming, but because my uncle and I used to have snake time all the time. Yeah, so instinctively when I saw the snake, I picked it up and I slapped it across my face a couple times. When you're from a small town, it's really awkward because you're known for a specific thing, and that reputation kind of stays with you. So in Cheyenne, I'm known as the championship goat milker. Yeah, true story. I have awards and medals on my techniques on how I milk goats, and I think what most people don't realize is that if you can milk a goat, you can milk anything.
Hey, it's a 2-for-1 lesson right now.
And guys always wonder why I have a bucket by my bed. Am I good on time? Is that it?
No, not
I'm good. Oh.
Shoot some more.
Oh, well, back home, this is funny because all this sexual harassment stuff is in the news. Back home, I worked for this 85-year-old multimillionaire, and he was in the gas industry, oil and gas. And he sexually harassed me every day, but I liked it. I really liked it because he was clever with it too. He would just drop a napkin, and I, not wanting him to break his old man hips, would just bend over and pick it up for him. And then I would hear, "Hey Hannah, you have a nice ass." And I'm like, "Aw." Thanks, Maury. Thank you so much for noticing. It means a lot. I've been working on my squats at the gym. And he's like, "I'll give you $100 if I could touch it." And I'm like, "Deal. Deal." Compliments and money. You girls can hashtag me too. I'll be over here making money moves. Alright, thank you guys. I'm Hannah. Thanks for having me.
If you're looking for a single band member, come and check out bandsingles.com.
We were just...
Go out on a gig, and if you like it, go on a second gig.
His green hair, and it was so perfectly coiffed that I knew it was more than just...
So put out that you call a band member.
Singles.com.
Welcome back to the light, man. Welcome back to Positive Vibes. You're at Amboys. I am Amboy, your host. I live here. I do everything that you do in your house here. Yes. What do you do in your house?
Cook naked.
Cook naked.
Sounds like it hurts.
Anybody want to go over to her house? By the way, what is your name?
My name's Hannah Deleeuw.
Deleeuw. I got it right. There's one thing that people who are in my position have to do is try to get names right. In your position, you do comedy. Everything should be funny. Is names a touchy subject for you?
No, actually. I have a lot of nicknames, and so I go by that, like Hot Dog Hannah, Deep Throat Deleeuw, a whole bunch of just, like, I wanted to change my first name to Loop, so it'd be Loop Deleeuw. Hannah Deleeuw, Hannah Deleeuw. There was a whole bunch in junior high. I was really bullied. Just kidding.
Was it something that you overcame, or was it something that you invited that makes it seem that you're very okay with it?
I definitely embraced it and kind of just play off of it.
So,
They don't call me Hannah Banana for nothing.
I have to give you 10 on the strength scale, because that kind of talk right there can break people down. I mean, really take them seriously to a low. And I've seen people bullied, and people who got bullied has died from being bullied. Like, they no longer enjoy life that much. Now, what is your comedy about? Like, what drives your comedy? Is there a particular field, that a message or something that you like to get across with your comedy? Is it honest, or are you fictional?
Well, I definitely don't make anything up, so a lot of it is inspired by true events. Definitely some overreactions, but yeah, like just being from Wyoming and experiencing the city and the adjustments that are coming and everything else.
Wow, this is like, I'm not trying to make any type of judgment, but if I saw you in a big city, I would think like the city would eat you up.
And I'm a little oblivious to some things, and I'm definitely learning, sometimes the hard way. But you know what, you gotta learn, and I'm growing as an individual, and I feel like everybody needs to branch out and go to the unknown.
The unknown. I know I've been there a couple of times, definitely, for sure. There was a movie I was watching, and it was called Wreck-It Ralph. And in the movie, No. It was called, see, I'm promoting it. It wasn't called Wreck-It Ralph. It was called the Emoji Movie. And I forgot what I said because I was on weed. And so... So anyway, well, let's get back to that some other time. Hannah Deleeuw, everybody! Yeah. So, what is your strength to go through life as?
Well, I just try to, really, it sounds like I'm Miss Congeniality, but I really just try to be a good person, because, I grew up being bullied for being ugly, like in junior high, yeah. And it just pushed me, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna show them that I'm gonna pursue my dreams, and I'm gonna get out of this town, and I'm gonna just be a good person.
You know what? I think I'm not even gonna need to see what you look like then.
Yeah, you know what? I actually burned all the photos from like a certain age. You have no evidence of it.
Man, so
because it was just like that trauma.
So you had a hurt life.
Yeah.
At some point in your life, you had a hurt life, and there are many artists that rise above.
Yeah, and it was just doing stand-up comedy and just like putting smiles on people's faces, and then also kind of just doing it for me, like, hey, I'm confident enough to be up here telling jokes. Like, don't get me wrong, I have to go to counseling for being insecure once a week.
I do know another artist that you know, his name is Ryan, and he always talks about counseling. Is it something common among comedians?
Well, it's usually kind of the common denominator with a lot of things, because, that's kind of how people heal through comedy. So a lot of comedians come from hurt backgrounds or just like really bad pasts. And
now let's forget her past for a second, and let's bring her to the now. Someone who came from bullying and someone who came from that type of background, being triumphant, recognizing what you could be, accepting that, and going towards that, now you're like this beautiful woman, and if that thought ever came your way, it would be decimated easily.
Yeah, you know, and it's funny because I still don't see myself how most people do it, so I have like a bad judgment call. I mean, and so like I went up here and it's not like I can actually like try to be sexy. Like I feel like being funny is sexy to me. So like someone saying, "Oh, Hannah, you're really funny," that means way much more than like, "Oh, you're hot," blah blah blah. Or like, you know, that's more of a compliment.
Everybody, tell her that she's funny.
You're funny!
You're funny! Talking to the audience!
Thank you, live studio audience. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take another break, and we're gonna be back with the one and only king himself, the Wing King, Mr. Brian Peace. It is Amboy. You at Amboys Place right now with the funny Hannah Deleeuw.
Cheers, everybody.
But we're gonna expand right now. We're gonna explore right now, because right now I got a very special guest in the house. He's family. He runs a little business out in Las Vegas. You know, it's a little business. I mean, all they got there is like packed nights of comedy, packed nights of reggae music. But this dude is the one and only king right here. The king of Las Vegas wings right here. The Wing King himself, Mr. Brian Peace. Oh, we're gonna need a microphone for Mr. Brian right here. Can we get a microphone, please?
There she is. Let's take the microphone.
We're live, everybody. That was a Monty Python thing. That's what I love about my show. Like, I decided to like pull back on some of the things that was like really tight in production and show the funny side of it by showing the actual production, a little bit of the production. That is actually a part of what I'm shooting. So it's not just like, hey, it's super clean, super tight.
It's raw and real.
Raw and real. All right. I like basic things, man. And you have took something very basic and made it not basic.
You're right. You know, growing up, you know, you think of a chicken wing. You don't think you can come up with 100 different types of flavors and vegan wings and pig wings and things. But hey, my mom always told me I had a vivid imagination. So.
You certainly do, because I can't even come up with 150 dishes. Like I'm still on the same 5 meals I've eaten from like high school.
You know, I'm a Sagittarius, man. We get bored easy. We get bored easy. So, you know, I have to keep on making sauces, man. I can only eat something for about a couple of times, and then I need something new.
That is great. You're an artist, basically. An artist cannot stay still.
You're right. You know, there's times I'm at home, and very few times I'm at home, and I don't have something just imperative I have to go do, and man, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm pacing around and shit, smoking weed. And I'm like, man, I don't know what to do, man. I really don't. You know, my kids are looking at me like, damn, dude, Dad's cracked out, man. Shit, you know. I'm serious, man. It's just, when you get into business, and the restaurant industry is business, especially here in Las Vegas, and then I'm in the cannabis industry.
Man, you got your hand in everything. That's why you're the Godfather, man. You're the boss. What do you want? School paper? Go see Brian.
So I'll explain a little bit about the Wing King and the Godfather. So when we first started this out, I didn't expect to get into the cannabis industry as hard as I did, but I did. And because we serve CBD at people they're dumbasses sometimes. I don't know how else to put it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's right. You put it, I guess.
You have to stupid proof things, but they'll walk in. Hey, man, can I get some THC wings, bro? I mean, where in America can you do that? So I had to separate myself a little bit. So now I'm the Godfather who owns Wing King.
Who owns Wing King?
Yeah.
I'm really proud of small business and mid business. I mean, people who have built their stature from basically your own money in your pocket. You went out there and you did your thing. It wasn't a group investment. It wasn't a big merger of something like that. It was just something that came up from grassroots.
It was $3,500 and the dream of having a successful restaurant.
Wow. Would you say belief has something to be a big part of that success?
Belief and surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded, who have the same
goal.
Goal-oriented goals.
Man.
I have a team right now that. Don't get me wrong, the restaurant business, you have turnover, but I have a core team that I've had for years.
For sure.
And, this young lady sitting.
I'm part of that team. I'm the customer.
Absolutely.
I'm the guy who keeps the business going.
The customer is the most important piece of the puzzle. Without the customer, we have no one to serve. And what we really focus on, what I really try to focus on is consistency. You have 100 different flavors. People, when they find the flavor they like,
yes, I do.
That's the flavor they want. You know exactly how it's supposed to taste.
Right.
So if it varies in any way, shape, fashion, or form from that, you're going to notice it, and then you're not going to want to come back. So it's all about consistency, customer service.
And your consistency as growing your business. I mean, I've seen you come up from the bottom. I mean, when I met you, you had just probably coming out of the wheel along barbecue pit business. I remember we were at an event, and you told me, "Hey, man, I got a trailer barbecue pit like that."
Yeah, so the way we started out, it was in May 2012. Like I said, I only had $3,500, so there's this little food court on Torrey Pines in Charleston over there. It looks pretty creepy. It's across from CSN. I believe we were paying like $600. I got it for $600 a month, a little window with 5 or 6 other.
Was $600 a lot for you at that time to spare?
It was tons, yeah. And now we're paying like $6,000.
Whoa!
Yeah, we went from $600 in rent to $6,000 in rent. So
even his numbers is consistent.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go from 600 to 6,000 to 6 million?
That's what we're trying to do. But you gotta go to 600,000.
Okay, when you hit the 6 million, man, don't forget about your boy, man. Shit.
What did we do in sales last year?
About $800,000.
Yeah, we did. That was us. We opened up last year at a brand new location. So, in Spring Valley. So a lot of times you're going to lose the customers that you have. You don't lose them, you're not going to see them as much. The customers who are in Centennial Hills or somewhere like that, you don't lose them, but like I said, you don't see them as often. So you really have to build a whole new customer base over there. This is a city of 2.5 million people. So,
wow.
And a lot of people don't like to go any further than 10 blocks to get whatever they're getting.
Right. So, but you have the one and only place on the island of Las Vegas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we come from the north, we come from the south, we come from California.
They do, and it's very humbling. But yeah, so we had to start a new customer base in Spring Valley, and we still did, 800,000 last year. So we're looking at doing I think our forecast is like 1.2 million this year. That's what we're looking to do. And that's a far cry from, I think we did maybe 35,000.
Are you telling me right now that I'm gonna know a millionaire?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh shit! I'm gonna know a millionaire, somebody.
And that's just our one location. We are definitely looking at franchises.
That's just the one location.
Another thing that really has been a blessing is the addition. We've had 2 major additions that really has set us apart from any type of wing establishment, and that is We have handmade vegan wings that have a mock bone in them, and because I'm a vegetarian, most people don't know. They don't think a guy who owns a wing restaurant is a vegetarian.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what the show Cheers is about. Somebody who don't drink that serve beers.
That's right. So I wanted to come up with a wing. When I went vegetarian, I miss savoriness. I'm from the South, and she's from Wyoming, so she can attest to this. Man, we like
Can you
savory.
attest?
We like savory food.
Yes.
You know, we want some savory food. So going into vegetarianism, I'm gonna poke y'all once real quick, man. They ain't a lot of savory shit, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna poke y'all.
We need to work on some savory stuff.
All right, man. Let's get into this magical butter box right here. What is it? What does it do? Because we all want to know, do ya?
Okay. Magical butter is the world's #1 countertop botanical extractor. And so what you can do with this is you can infuse anything, any type of food with cannabis. Now you can infuse it, you can take just your flour and put it in, and put your oil in, and you turn it on, and you come back in an hour, and it's all done for you. You know, so there's no real big smell. You know, back in the day, you want to make something weed, man. All the neighbors knew about it. It's self-contained. It's stainless steel. It sprays right out. And what's really special about the machine is it wasn't created for a money venture. It was actually created for a man's best friend, and it worked so well that it actually has just taken off.
Yeah. Hey, magical butter. Give Hannah Deleeuw one of these things and have her take pictures with it for you and stuff like that. You know, the hottest comedian in Las Vegas, funniest comedian right now at Amboys. You know what I'm saying?
We'll
holding this box up in her hand, like
Butter, and
team
more
up,
butter.
team up, magical butter.
That's right.
Yo,
So I just want to say that, you know, you can do anything from gummies to creamy mushroom filet mignon. I've done creamy mushroom filet mignon. I've done sausage stuffed mushrooms, blueberry lemon zest cake, beignets. You name it, you can infuse it. You know,
Yes.
Yes, everybody. Brian Peace, but wait, there is more. There is more. You know, everybody knows Mr. Brian Peace. There's a lot of people who know him, like I know him. You know, Wayne King has become the Cheers of 2019, basically. The only thing, it's CBD in there and a bunch of weed smokers.
So yeah, we are actually
Not working behind the counter. Just the weed smokers are in there buying food.
So that is something I definitely would like to touch on real quick. Is we are the first restaurant in America to offer CBD infusion in their food.
Yes.
Now,
And I know the guy.
yeah, you know, it took a lot. You know, the alcohol, they came in and they were like, whoa, hold up. They pulled my license for like 10.5 months. Had to hire a cannabis lawyer, had to go through depositions. I basically we had to educate the health department, the FDA, the alcohol, tobacco, firearm. We had to educate them on, you know, CBD. And it took 10.5 months, but and then in the end they still tried to give me a little bit. They're like, yeah, you can do it, but you can't put it on the food, okay? Because what we were doing is we were administering it to the food. They're like, well, only the customer has to open a package and administer it themselves.
I've seen this wave of when people would buy that thing in the nozzle.
Yeah, so what we have is we have a 1 gram, a 100 milliliter syringe that comes in a package, and you can order as many 100 milligrams as you want, but it comes in a package, you open it up and you administer it to your food. So there's food interaction. So
Right.
in all reality, they help me out, you know.
Gotcha. They still gave you a step towards your goal.
Absolutely,
Wow,
absolutely.
man,
So
they still helped out.
that's how we do it. You know, you order it, it comes out with food, you administer it however you like to whatever you like, and then you actually have something to take home and show your family and stuff. And so it actually helped us out.
Yeah, and we definitely looking forward to the day where you can just infuse it right there and have it on there. I know he's looking forward to that. But we want to bring another person who is just as important, just as big in the same movement. right? She's not the wing king. I just gave it away. She's a girl. She's a woman, actually. You know, and then she's called the head hen. We're gonna bring her in. Come here. All right, everybody. The head hen. Man, do your feathers get ruffled with Brian? I ask you tough questions. I expect no easy
I
answer.
expect perfection. So that comes with a heavy toll.
We call him Rasta Ramsey at the restaurant.
Rasta Ramsey. Rasta! So, I've known Brian to be the king, and for a long time I thought that it was him running it, him behind the heavy work. I mean, it's mostly because I was dealing with him. And I see you in the picture, but I always see you as the door girl. Just, you know, the before we're friends, what I mean is like, it's like the door girl, the girl who serving your food, like that thing. Like I was thinking you were the worker. And then one day I started seeing this word called the head hen. I'm like, okay, it's head hen. Brian's calling her the head hen now. And it got me thinking, is she a part of the business now or something? So should I come at her with a different respect towards the business now? You know what I mean? Do I know this in advance or I didn't know it? So it comes to find out that you are a partner in the business.
I am a partner in the business.
Wow, everybody. Look, females own businesses too, all right?
Yes, we do. We work hard.
She's a comedian. That's what she does for business. Hire her, you know.
Yes.
All right, so how that came about really is that she just started out as an employee of mine. But, you know, when you have someone that sticks with you for that amount of time and puts in the work that she put in, you know, you definitely have to be fair with it. You have to break them up.
I definitely get you.
You know, once she started, she was able to, she has really good managerial skills, so she was able, and you know, every business needs a woman in there to be, I mean, us men, we don't organize as well, we don't, there's just certain things that, you know, we just don't, you know, so you have to have a head hen, I guess. So.
I'm the same as
Somebody's
you.
got to make them look good.
She does all the calls for me. Like, she does the whole business side for me. I'm the guy with the ideas. Like, look, I'm going to spend some money today.
I'm the guy with the ideas, and it's like, oh shit, he's got another. Oh God, this is more stuff I gotta do.
All right, so we are about to get into the second part of our hot show. I'm talking hot. I mean, you've been hearing me talk about these wings all night. You've been hearing like Brian's thought on the world and stuff like that. But now you're gonna hear maybe just a little bit of pain out of somebody's mouth, right? Maybe? Hannah, you down?
Don't do
My
that,
butthole is
Hannah.
already cringing.
I just don't want y'all to hold this against me.
Can we still be friends after this?
Look,
Like
I
highly
promise you,
unrecommended.
we will be friends. For those who eat it, I do not know. I can't answer for them.
Probably not gonna be friends.
But check this out. Man, we're gonna be back in a bit. We're gonna set up those hot wings. We're gonna get our contestants. Anybody in the audience wanna try it? Oh! Alright, we got some people who's willing to get paid.
Scoville units.
Wow, I'm brilliant.
Yes.
And we'll be right back here at Amboys. Be right back.
16 minutes is, you need those.
You wanna
down
do it
in
quick,
a minute
though.
and a half. It's just getting worse and worse.
You can do it now.
Oh no, get rid of the bucket.
Oh yeah. The fable, the folklore, the incredible hell wing. Just kidding. This is the strawberry cheesecake wings with yogurt. These are really good.
Oh my God.
All right, all right, all right. We are here tonight, and can we get the names of our lovely contestants?
Sure.
here?
My name is Rashawn the Zodiac Nashing in the building.
All right, all right. So I just want to let everybody know that having an African American gentleman up here trying these hell wings is not something that we have on a regular basis.
First time for everything.
They usually look a lot more like this guy right here. We can do it, man. Let's do it.
Hey, I can do it, man, too. Come on.
Yeah, no, it ain't even in your DNA, buddy. Even in your DNA. This is white stuff we doing right here. So, all right. So, I don't know if everyone knows, but these have been rated the hottest wings in America, maybe the world. We really don't know, but they are 9 million Scoville units. You can come to our restaurant at 4235 Southport Apache Road. If you think you can take down 12 of our hell wings, we will deliver 100 free wings to your house the day of the Super Bowl. But let me tell you what, we are not about giving away free stuff. So these wings have very good ratios on winner to loser here. So, gentlemen, if you want, you can now put on your gloves because you will definitely. Gloves. Now, don't go home and fondle yourself tonight or anything of that nature. Don't go home and try to kiss on your lady after this, man, because she will divorce your ass. So, because you need to wait 24 hours before you get any hoochie coochie going on. You know what I'm saying? Because this is an oil, okay? So it actually absorbs. That's why you're wearing gloves, because when you wash it with soap, it's still in your skin. You go touch yourself. Oh, it's no good. So
No bueno.
no bueno. All right, this dude, man, he's got a big old hand.
Yeah, it doesn't fit, it broke.
Did you at least protect yourself from that?
No, I'm good. My fingers are good.
All right, your fingers are good. All right, so do you have any comments or any last words before we get into this?
Is there ranch dressing around?
Hell no.
Are there any rules? Are we allowed to drink anything? What are we allowed to do?
Let's do that. Let's go over the rules. So, real quick, you are not allowed to stand up. You are not allowed to drink anything. You have to eat all the meat off the bone for it to actually be considered eaten.
Okay.
You cannot rip it apart. You have to eat it with your mouth. Okay. Any other ones I'm missing here? Oh, if you throw up, you're automatically disqualified.
Okay.
You're no longer my friend.
So I had brought mustard. Is mustard legal?
You are not to use anything.
What about before?
Pre-game mustard.
I don't know.
Can I
what to do
pre-game
for
mustard?
in the
Can I
bathroom.
pre-game mustard?
Yeah, take the whole packet right now.
Mustard shots. Here we go.
Yeah,
You want some?
No.
You don't want no mustard.
I guess you make me feel like mustard is necessary. But
Mustard ain't gonna do shit
Go ahead.
right here. Let me tell you what.
I'm ready.
If that mustard helps you right here, bro, let me tell you what. We're gonna invest. All right.
We have the mustard off the table, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
So, we're gonna count it down, everybody. Help me count it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Let's get ready to rumble!
5 things on 23 on Rashawn.
How much better?
All right. You see, now, he's on that, man.
Oh,
They love chicken, man. They own it, but he don't know how hot this is right here.
It's hot as fuck.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna build. It's gonna build. Come on, how's that mustard doing for you, class? How's that French's?
Look at Rashawn trying to be the tough man.
Is it Poupon? Oh man, come on, you ain't gonna let this dude to beat you, man. Come on. Stand up for the white people. Represent.
You said that these wings were hot. You didn't say they were funny.
Yeah, come on now. Come on, represent, dog. You took some great poop on your ass, still ain't eating it.
Look at Tommy's face.
Look at him.
Whoa,
Look at this. Hey, man. Hey.
Namaste.
He doing it over here.
We got
Two of them. Talk to me. Talk to me.
I can't talk.
He's a big boy.
Hey, can I be honest with you? I think my 6-year-old could have won that, dog. You ain't even gonna finish one. Come on. Oh, he on number 3. You can be.
Come on, Rashawn.
You got this.
Woo-wee. Remember, you gotta take a shit tomorrow. Just remember that. I don't know if it's an everyday occurrence for you, but it's definitely fun.
Tommy, don't breathe, just eat it.
Tommy, the longer you
These
wait,
are the
the
best
longer
detox out there. Best detox out there. Wizinator ain't got nothing on this. You take a piss test tomorrow, you're gonna pass it, brother. You're gonna pass it.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
My boy.
Uh-oh.
Let me give him some superhero strength. You can do it.
Is the mustard assisting? There you go. There you go. All right. Yeah, there you go. Are you sad? Are you sad? Do you need to be? You're crying, man. Okay.
Look at this guy.
Look at this guy. I see him whooping your ass. That's what I see him doing.
Come on, Rashawn, back in, dude.
Oh, what's going down? You gotta get one more to catch up with him, player. Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, losers buying drinks tonight at Saddles and Fairs.
All right. One more and it'll be a tie. He got you, man. He got you.
Oh, shit.
Can he do one more and call it a tie?
It looked like he worked out.
Is
Like
he out?
he worked out.
Is he out?
Yoga doesn't have nothing on it.
Yeah.
It's like he ate the stones and not just sat by the stones.
That Superman shirt, man. I like that Superman
Hey.
shirt.
I gotta do it, man.
Yeah, you do it.
Represent.
You do it. You representing, bro.
He's gonna hold it down for Las Vegas.
He is holding it down right here, dude.
That shit is no joke, man.
No, sir. Are we out? You tapping?
Tommy doesn't have. Tommy doesn't have. Thomas, hey.
Come on, Thomas Day. Thomas Day. Thomas Day.
I had my money on the whiteboard. I just lost it. Oh.
Hey, I'ma call it, bro. You're good.
Just eat
shit.
well. We get food.
You're good.
It is over. It is over. Hey.
I called it.
Do you have
For
a
the
victory
safety of my friend.
Victory
Looks like he's in pain.
Maybe later when I can talk.
All right. Give it up for him. Test it. We never do anything like this. They say common sense is a flower that does not grow in every garden. Y'all have a blessed evening.
On that note, we'll be right back in about.
Oh, shit, I'm
minute.
hurting right now. But I won.
Yes, feel the irie here at Amboys. Wow.
I feel the irony, baby.
There are some soldiers behind me, man. I'm telling you, you guys just seen them do their thing. And they're doing amazing stuff like playing instruments after this. Guys, like, how was it, honestly?
Hey, where's the Wind King at? Where's he at?
He's right there.
Do you like to see people suffer? Are you into like bondage too?
Talk to this guy. He's the one brought you in here. He knew what. He set you up, player. He set you up.
Hey, just to let you know that I put a free opportunity out there and it was picked up by somebody. That's what happened.
All I can say is I've stuck my fingers down my throat in my life.
I'll say this. I'll say that it was the hottest thing I ever ate in my life. And I was suffering for about, I don't even know, I lost track of time. I don't know if that was 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long. Was that 3 minutes? I don't know. That was 3 minutes? Holy shit. I felt like I died.
So every person that comes
30 minutes.
in,
Oh, it's 30
they're
minutes.
fairly warned. They're fairly warned.
No, it's serious. Those are the hottest thing I ever tasted in my life.
Those are the
for
real
sure.
fucking deal, man.
Sean has
Real fucking deal.
never passed the limit that which I made a side deal on. I said that he wasn't gonna get past 3. He maxed out at 3. And he told me
3
this.
is too much.
He was like, I got this. I got this.
I was really confident. I was really confident coming in, and fuck that.
But he held it. He held it. He was like this the whole time.
I was just straight. I was oblivious. I was like a fool. Honestly, I was like, hell yeah, I got this shit. Fuck no, I did not. Not even for a fucking tiny second. I took the bite and I was like, what the fuck did I just do?
Exactly.
To me, the first one was like, it was hot. It was normal. It felt like it was normal hot. But then it was like the second one doubled. It's like exponential. No, but then it wasn't like 3 times. It was like to the 10th power hot. The next time, and three was enough.
I thought it was gonna stop getting like hot. Like I thought you could keep eating them.
You thought it was gonna reach a
It gets
maximum
hotter.
heat, right? And I remember talking to him about this, and I said, I've heard a story that this wing does not max out at heat, that it just continues to get hotter and hotter and hotter.
Yeah. If you stop eating it after about a little while, it starts to turn. The more you eat though, it's like a freight train. It just builds and builds. You can imagine you ate 3. You can imagine the girl that ate 12 that time.
The girl that ate 12?
Yeah, we had a girl. I mean, she didn't weigh any more. Shawnee. She didn't weigh any more than her. She came in there, ate the 12, got up, dabbed, and then sat there. I had a guy coming in who had full production. He has a YouTube channel for eating hot food, and he's got thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers. So she stayed for 2 hours to watch this guy. He came in and lost his ass. Okay.
Yeah. So everybody, big respect to Thomas staying right here, and Zodiac and Sean.
Mad respect.
There are only winners today. There's only winners. Follow me over here, folks. Let me tie my shoes like Mr. Rogers did. All right, I'm gonna get in the way of the camera because that's how we do things over here. Everybody, recap! We're back with Brian Peace, the Wing King of LV of Las Vegas, and the very funny, the very powerful Miss Hannah Deleeuw. All right, man, that was some good stuff. I mean, you came in here with your wings, and you did what you said your wings was gonna do. You was gonna tear some stuff up.
I just wish, Hannah would have,
You know what? I was debating it. And
I was like, wait, I mean, she's a nice white, okay? So I figured she was gonna get in on this one, you know what I'm saying?
I'm the oblivious.
Yeah, she's like Snow White.
You said that.
Yeah.
And
I was actually contemplating it.
I was totally down for it. I was like, yes, she said for comedy's sake. So I'm not gonna be like all worried if she's in pain. I'm gonna laugh.
Hey, she was all down. I brought it and sat it out. She looked at it. She's like, fuck that.
No.
I you can smell it from just standing there.
Did your nose burn a little as you inhaled it?
Yeah, I think it might
my
burn my
gosh.
nose hair off too.
So it has medicinal properties too. It can clear up.
Oh yeah, it's a awesome detox. Seriously.
You're shaking your pants.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We're gonna actually get to see Hannah over at the Wing King one day. So stay tuned for the announcements of when she's gonna be doing her thing over at the Wing King. You know?
Also, follow me on social media at Hannah Cheyenne, because then you can come to all my shows around town.
Go
Yeah,
to all of her
Cheyenne.
shows. I mean, it's really, really great stuff. I mean, you heard it here already. It was really great material. Did you have that in your pocket for a very long time, or was it something really near?
What you got in your pocket?
I got a snake on my pocket.
It's gonna make her cross-eyed.
The snake joke was like one of my first jokes that I ever wrote. I loved it so much, and it's kind of like my fallback and my go-to because I love it. It's just a.
As I get to know more comedians, and I think I'm hilarious to myself. Like I can laugh at my own jokes, kind of thing. Right? And I'm listening to how you guys are setting up the jokes. And it's crafty. It's almost like a magician sense of how to set up an illusion. So sometimes I'll think that, oh, that's the end of the joke. It was funny, but then there's that one more step right after that, and you thought like that wasn't the punchline. Boom, an even funnier punchline follows it.
Yeah, you can always just add. I think I've tried multiple different like tags and toppers on jokes, and then you just find the one that you're like, okay, that's gonna kill. And it might kill in one room, and it might kill in another room, or it might not work, or it might whatever. Shouldn't kill it, but
Yeah, you got mad respect for comedians. You know, that is a hard job, and they go out there not knowing what kind of reaction they're going to get every night, and it's crazy. You know, I mean, I deal with customers all the time, but it's nothing like, you know, comedians and artists who have to go up there and really interact with the audience. So,
Man, I think every business-like person or person who just finally told themselves that they can stand up in front of an audience, especially bare. Like I've been in your shoes. I've performed with minimal on, and there's a release to that to finally stand up to say like, hey, look. You know what I mean? Like you can look at me this way, and I'm not afraid of you. For people when they go to war, they put on more armor.
You know, when I first started this whole thing, you know, cooking on live on camera and things of that nature, it definitely took me a minute to get used to cooking by myself and still interacting with the camera. You know, it's so much easier to have a cohort up there, you know, a co-host or something that keeps it rolling with you. But when you're by yourself and everything's right there on you,
Can I ask, when you were performing with barely anything on?
It was more of an outing. I just came to Vegas for the first time in my life, and I went to the fetish ball.
Oh.
And so my costume was just an underwear, and I felt like it was appropriate. And when I got there though, I felt like I had more clothes on than everybody else.
Huh,
And I was like, damn, I'm not even naked.
This is Vegas. You probably did have more clothes than anyone else.
That's why I said I wasn't uncomfortable after that, because everybody else was, to me, I thought, worse off.
I've seen these new like half speedo things. They don't even have a half. Right. That's you, dog. That's you. I can see you in there. That's you.
Once again, everybody, we're gonna end it right there, man. Brian Peace from the Wing King, Hannah Deleeuw. Where can they see you guys? Where can they find you guys? One more time.
You can find me at the Godfather Official. You can find the restaurant at Wing King LV.
Yes, and where can they find you?
Twitter, Instagram at Hannah Cheyenne, Snapchat, I like Snapchat, it's bonquiquivag. I have awards on goat milking. What's this award for?
What award? Oh, this award. All right, everybody, this beautiful thing with the diamond in the back right here. So player. You know what I mean? It's got gold. This is the kind of stuff that I see people nowadays put in their mouth for pictures.
That's a good idea. I think I'll have to try
Something like that. I mean,
if I wasn't from the South and missing so many teeth, I would try. We don't have any teeth, and we're all diabetic down there. You know?
Man! So there is a type. All right, so right here, this is an award for the Wing King LV, the best restaurant in Las Vegas. Not just the best place to get wings, but the best restaurant overall
Yes.
for 2019.
That's huge.
That means you're beating out Cornell, you're beating out like Just Tacos, and all of these other big companies who I shall not mention. You're beating them out.
You know, it's an absolute honor, and I mean, it's completely humbling. I would have never expected to get an award like that, but you know, with the people that I have working with me, it doesn't come as a surprise. So
Yes, and definitely I've seen this guy from the bottom to here, and it was worth seeing you go through all of that workout for it, you know, go through all the channels and all of that. I haven't seen your come up, but I already like what I saw, like your growth. I can say that probably from when you started, you're already there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To me, you're there. All right. So everybody, one last hand, one last congratulatory for the Winking Brian piece. Hannah Deleeuw.
Thanks for having
She's funny.
me.
The Little Brittany. Pinhead. That's right. Everybody in the audience. Thomas Stay. Obviously. You can catch him on the ring body slamming somebody for sure. Soul Burners. And Rashawn is somewhere in the back dying. So we'll take care of that matter. You're at Amboys, and we'll see you later.